Hello everybody, my name is Serenity Smith and I'm your instructor for Chem 090, I think it's section 950. I want to welcome you. I'm really excited about this semester. I love teaching. Now teaching online creates some challenges, but I'm hoping that we can overcome them. So we're going to have a fun 16 weeks together. Really tried hard to tailor instruction so that it meets the needs of the allied health students, since that's what makes up most of the population of my class. Now what you'll see on the screen is our Canvas course, and I had a couple of students over the last maybe 2 or 3 semesters that maybe suggested that I do just a little video to kind of introduce the course, that it might help put some nerves at ease, and so that's what I thought I would do. Now what you're looking at is I'm in student view, so when you log into Canvas, this is what you're going to look at. You're going to see some announcements. I've made an announcement for everybody, and I click on that announcement, and it's just to welcome you to the class. Just talking about how proud I am that you're taking a step to making goals happen, and please don't hesitate to contact me. I cannot reiterate that enough. And then just talks about the syllabus. So I'm going to go over here on our side menu, and we've got a syllabus, and I'm going to click on it. And of course this has got, I don't have my picture in there, I'm sorry, but it's got just information that pertains to our class, and you can scroll through. It's got a calendar, it's got my contact information. I do have office hours on Thursday from 3:30 to 4:30, but I do those by appointment, and the only reason I have to do by appointment is so things do come up. And there's my office phone. It is not working right now, but we're trying to get that fixed. And then, of course, there's my school email. And then over here on the right side, you can see how the class breaks down. Homework and class discussions are 30% each. And then the exams are 40% each. And you can scroll down through this page, and it just has some really interesting information for you, and it talks about the instructor policies. Please take every opportunity to read those, but I'm not going to waste time right now with that. But this is the syllabus, so please check this out, and then we'll get into our modules. And so when you click on modules, this is what pops up, and this is the getting started. And this is the introductory forum, and this is where you take an opportunity to introduce yourself. So I'm going to click on that. So we're going to take a moment to introduce ourselves, and it's just really important to remember that there are real people behind the computer. There are real people that have time constraints, that have previous engagements, that have families. They may be single parents trying to make it happen, working jobs and going back to school. So we just need to remember that. So just hit reply and then post your response. And I'm going to go ahead and move forward. And this right here is the quick link to the Introduction to Chemistry site. So this is where our chemistry book is located. You'll notice that it's an online textbook versus something that's printed, just for the simple fact that it's cheaper. A printed book can cost anywhere from $3 to $3.80. So I just, trying to be cost effective, but you got to complete the course resources before you can get access to this. So you got to introduce yourself. I'm going to go ahead and click next and see if it takes us into module 1. So this is not open. Now at this point, I'm going to switch into instructor view so that I can talk to you about what each module is going to look like. Okay, so when you go into the module, let me go back just because it's going to look a little different because mine is in instructor mode. Let me close some of these up. Yeah, okay. Let me scroll up. Okay, so here's your getting started. Here are the course resources. All right, so here is module 1. So I'm going to click on it, and it says content. And then in the content, we have module 1 instructions. Now this was the screen that you just saw me at, and of course I've got the date. Our class starts the 16th, which is today, and so module 1 goes from the 16th to the 22nd. And I've got a discussion question, and it says please answer the following question in this forum: how does chemistry fit into your academic goals? And then I go into my rationale for that. And I'm also telling you that your answer has to contain at least 150 words to be considered a substantial post. And I'll have the grade breakdown for that. So anything less than 150 words, points are going to be deducted. Okay, now here's what I want you to pay attention to. I've included the URL for our Connect website, so you have to have the access code in order to log into the website. And if you do have problems, shoot me an email, and if you'll look over here to the far left, you'll see the inbox. So please feel free to use that. That's the easiest way to communicate with me, because I check that every day. Now granted, I check it at very odd times, but I do check that every day, except on Saturdays and Sundays. So the assignment for Chapter 1, and I do provide lectures for each chapter or each section that we, or each module rather, that we do in Canvas or in this class. I have an assignment with it. Now, where do you find the assignment? I'm going to go ahead and log in so I can show you this book. Okay, see, there's some information, and so you can enter your email by joining this class, but I'm already a member, so I'm going to sign in. And it'll prompt you to do, like to put the information in. And this is what's, I think, is going to pop up here. And then I just click on our class. Okay, and I'm going to do student view, so you're looking at how it will look to you. So there's, and again, I don't have my picture, I'm sorry. And here's our textbook. So I'm going to go into the textbook, and it'll probably go to the last page that I was on. Yeah, I was checking out organic chemistry. So let's go under book contents, and I'm going to go under chapter 1 because that's where module 1 starts. And this is the introduction, and I can toggle this page. You see, and I can just read through, and it gives me just a brief introduction, and then it talks about math tools, and we're going to focus on those math tools in this chapter because they're going to keep coming up. But I wanted to show you this, and this is really cool. You can go right up here, and you see where it says Chapter 1 Sections. I can click on that, and I can go to Chapter 1 Ending. Okay, now Chapter 1 Ending is, of course, the end of the chapter, and this is where the exercises are that I need you to complete. Now the only thing is some of my page numbers are a little bit messed up. Well, not messed up, but if you'll notice, it'll say this is page 47. So you may have to do a little bit of scrolling, okay, to find it. And then, of course, I'm going to go back over here, and it said I got to start on page 38, and that's where the math toolbox begins. So you'll need to take a look at the math toolbox to answer some of the questions, and it starts on page 38. And as for practice, let's take a look at 47 through 48, and here are the numbers of the exercises that I want you to complete. Okay, so, and I do that for each module. I give you a brief introduction, I include pertinent information, I include the assignment, the page number, and the numbers. And I don't know that I have a link to this in every single module, and I can easily go back and add one, but you could also bookmark this as well. Okay, I think you guys are going to like the McGraw-Hill textbook. She does have video tutorial problems in there, so if you're kind of struggling just a little bit, it can give you some tutoring to help you when I'm not making any sense. Okay, so let's go back. All right, I'm going to go back to my modules. Okay. All right, so we've talked about getting started. We've talked about course resources. All right, so here are the lecture videos. So again, I tried to record them as if you were sitting in class with me listening. And I've even included these lecture notes. All right, so I think they'll pop up here so you can take a look at it. All right, so I've even tried to include lecture notes that follow what the lecture's talking about. Now, these are for you. You are not to turn these in. I just felt like it made you feel more, or it made you feel like you were part of a class, like a seated class, because I do have students that struggle just a little bit with the online platform. So you are not to turn those in. Those are for you to use to follow along with the lecture. Okay, and this is conversions, and this is going to be, I think I included some English system or English based, and I included some other information. And then let's see, click next. Okay, so here is the how does chemistry fit into your academic goals. Its due date is August 22nd. It is graded. 100 points are possible. So you just hit reply just like you did in the introductory forum. Okay, and here is where you would complete your chapter 1. You would upload your chapter 1 responses. Now you can do this a number of ways. I've had students work it out on paper, and they take a picture of it, and then they upload a file with their picture in it, and I give them feedback based on that. I have also had students type it out in a Word document. You could also do that. Whatever works for you. You really have to figure out like how this fits into your life, like what works better. Because I can annotate on images as well as Word documents, so it doesn't matter to me which one you use. Okay, so you just got to figure it out. So I'm going to go back to the module so we can see the total picture here. Okay, so there they are, and the assignments are always listed. And then if we scroll down, I'll show you Module 2. So you'll see the prerequisite was the getting started. You have to complete that. And Module 2 instructions, here are the Chapter 2, the lecture videos, and here's Chapter 7 lecture videos. I pulled bits and pieces from both of these chapters, and that's why they're split up the way that they are. Here's the lecture notes that I talked to you about to help you stay organized. Here's a discussion question, and here's the responses. So each module is laid out this way, and I really tried to make it easy for you to navigate. But if you do find yourself kind of struggling a little bit, please feel free to contact me. And as I said, I'm super excited about this class. I love teaching, and I love teaching chemistry, and I hope that I can get you to do the same. See you in class.